Hello, my name is Chloe. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing to you my January TBR. Does it feel right to be filming my January TBR now? No, it doesn't. I cannot believe we're into the new year, but I have so many exciting ideas of what I'm going to be up to in 2025 that I am ready to get started. And starting off with the TBR, I'm ready to plan this year. I'm ready to have such an exciting year. I already have 2 readathon ideas. Like, I have so many things I want to do in 2025. So this will actually be a pretty short TBR because I only have 3 actual books I need to read. The rest is basically free choice. I am gonna pull out Larry the TBR Llama and we're gonna have a prompt from there. But yeah, in all honesty, I've got 3 books. So even with a Larry prompt, that's 6 books. So let's just dive on into it. The first book I need to read is the Trash for Mass Buddy Read of the Month, which is A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J Maas. 2025 is when I start reading the Sarah J Maas books that I have never read before, and I am so excited. At the time of filming this TBR, I am finishing my reread of A Court of Wings and Ruin and picking up on all of the things that these 2 characters say to each other. I just have to know how this goes down. I won't tell you too much about this one because clearly that is spoilers for the rest of the ACOTAR series, but this is 750 pages of smut, apparently. I'm assuming there is going to be some heavy fantasy content in this, but it's going to mostly be smut, and I'm okay with that. A lot of people say this is their favourite Sarah J Maas book after they've read it, so let's see if it can top the rest of the ACOTAR series for me. I don't know if it will, but I am very intrigued. If you don't know what I'm talking about as well, Trash for Mass is a read-along that I've been hosting for the past year, and we're going through all of Sarah J Maas's works in kind of story order. Like, we've done Throne of Glass, now we're on ACOTAR, and then we'll be finishing on Crescent City. So this readathon will actually be done in April, which is baffling because I have all of these chunky books left to read. But yeah, for January, A Court of Silver Flames. Then I have the Patreon buddy read, and because I'm pre-filming this TBR because of going away over Christmas. Oh my god, have I not mentioned that yet? Everyone knows I'm going away for Christmas, okay? So because I'm going away, I'm pre-filming, and the patrons don't actually know that I've picked this book yet, but I know they're going to be excited when they find out. So the book that I am forcing everybody to read in January is Mina and the Undead by my good friend Amy McCaw. I think this is going to be such a great experience to read along with the patrons and get their thoughts as we read. Amy did make sure she finally signed my copy at Yelk, and she gave me some of the promo material. So we have a New Orleans, or New Orleans, what are we calling it? My brain says New Orleans, but I don't know the correct way. So we have a postcard, and we also have a flyer for Fang Fest. So this is a vampire murder mystery based in the 90s in New Orleans, or New Orleans, and I am so excited to read it with the patrons and see what they think as we read. I will then finally be able to finish the Mina series because I haven't done that yet, and I want to make sure I have before Amy's new book comes out in September? August? I don't know, I've pre-ordered it, but I'd like to be fully up to date and immersed in all the world she's created by the time her new book comes out. So yeah, me and the patrons are going to be reading Mina and the Undead in January. So the only other thing I have that I have to read is my Patreon TBR jar, which is definitely a mug pick. So anyone who's been in the top 2 tiers of my Patreon gets to put in any choice of my physical TBR, and I will hopefully read it in the month it is pulled out. So this month we are going to be reading this one. It could be anything. It could be anything. Oh, it wasn't focusing, but it is Kendra's pick, which is A Fate Inked in Blood. Oh my god. So this is A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle Al Jensen, and I have been really excited / really daunted to read this. I feel like it's going to be a very good time, but I don't know why I'm putting it off. It's apparently Viking inspired fantasy. It sounds really cool. It has rave reviews from some of my favorite booktubers, so I guess I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love it. A shield maiden blessed by the gods battles to unite a nation under a power-hungry king while fighting her growing desire for his fiery son in this Norse-inspired fantasy romance. So I will reserve all judgment of how scared I am to read this book, but thanks to Kendra, I'm gonna be reading it in January. Okay, so at the moment I have a very fantasy heavy TBR. I was considering rereading Fourth Wing, reading Iron Flame so that I can read Onyx Storm when it comes out, but I'm not like feeling that. Yeah, I'm not getting that excitement. Whether I do that on top, because this is only 3 books. So what I'm also going to do is a Larry the TBR Llama pick. These are random TBR challenges that I can incorporate into my TBR. What I had been doing, particularly last year, is pulling a prompt out and dedicating a weekly reading vlog to reading that book. I don't think I like that format anymore anymore. It's not that I won't do it, but I feel like it's good to just give me a direction to pick some books, pick 3 books, add them to my TBR and read them during the month, because when I was like dedicating a week to reading rom-coms, by the end of the week I don't want to read rom-coms anymore. So it's better, I think, to mix them up with my other reads. So the prompt that we are going to be fitting, and I will pull the books out now, my TBR, is this one. Okay. Again, this could be anything. If it would focus as I pull it out, that would be great. Okay, this is Gem's pick, which is weird and unusual books. That pick is very Gem, so I know why she left it me. I now need to pick out my weird and unusual books. I'm going to take a break from the camera while I do that, and I will come back to tell you what I've chosen. Okay, I've gone away and picked 3 books that I definitely think Gem would approve are weird or unusual. Starting with the one that's probably more Gem's vibe is Whisper Down the Lane by Clay McLeod Chapman. So this says, Richard doesn't have a past. For him, there is only the present. A new marriage to Tamara, a first chance at fatherhood to her son Elijah, and a quiet but pleasant life as an art teacher at Elijah's elementary school in Daniels, Virginia. Then the body of a rabbit, ritualistically murdered, appears on the grounds with a birthday card of Richard tucked beneath it. Richard doesn't have a birthday, but Sean does. Sean is a 5-year-old boy who's just moved to Greenfield, Virginia with his mother. Like most mothers of the 1980s, she's worried about bills, childcare, putting food on the table, and an encroaching threat to American life that can take the face of anyone, a politician, a friendly neighbour, or even a teacher. When Sean's school sends a letter to the parents revealing that Sean's favourite teacher is under investigation, a white lie from Sean lights a fire that engulfs the entire nation, and Sean and his mother are left holding the match. So it's like weird horror, where it's not straight horror, but it's like, what on earth is actually going on here? I have been putting this one off. I don't know why, but it feels like Gem would approve. The next one I've got is Everyone in This Room Will Someday Be Dead by Emily Austin. So I've picked all these books from my A to C, literally A to C bookshelves, because I do it in alphabetical order, and they're always off to the sides and I never go there. So I thought I'd go right into the early books in my TBR. So this is about Gilda, who is 20-something atheist, animal-loving lesbian who cannot stop ruminating about death. Desperate for relief from her panicky mind, she responds to a leaflet for free therapy at a local Catholic church and finds herself being greeted by Father Jeff, who assumes she's there for a job interview. Too embarrassed to correct him, Gilda is abruptly hired to replace the recently deceased receptionist Grace. I won't read more there, I don't just want to read out blurbs in this video, but doesn't it sound odd? It just sounds so odd. And this random rabbit, like, okay, I just flicked to a page and it said someone is dead. Yeah, this is going to be my level of weird. And then finally, a book that I have been holding on to for about 4 years now, maybe more, because I think it's just going to be amazing. And for some reason I don't want to read books that I think I'm going to love. I put them off. I've got The Regrets by Amy Bonifants, which is apparently a romance with a ghost. I won't read into it. Again, I don't just want to make this blurbs. Oh, I love these colours. It says reality and dream collide in this dazzling, darkly playful debut novel about a love affair between the living and dead. I think it's going to be great. Very odd, very weird, very unusual. So these are the 3 books I'm going to read for Gem's prompt. Thank you, Gem, for giving me those. This is going to be a fun time. And then I was wrapping up and realised, I was like, oh, this is going to be an easy TBR, this is going to be fine. I'm also doing Winterween. Winterween is running from the 10th to the 16th, I think, but I'll be doing a separate TBR video for that, which will go up at the start of the readathon. I don't normally take part in Winterween, Summerween, so taking part in January should be pretty fun. I have all my prompts figured out and some very exciting books that I want to read then. But in terms of my normal TBR, this started very achievable and I just keep making it harder on myself, don't I? But this is my January TBR. Let me know if there are any books here that you are excited that I'm going to read, any thoughts, any feelings, please do let me know. Aside from that, I need to wrap it up here, guys, so thank you very, very much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!